Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope again you like the the how to capture the Aries man. Part one, part two. Now we're going to go towards how to understand a Leo man and how to acquire a Leo man. If we're gonna let's continue with the analogy of fire. The element fire. We I think we've kind of spoke pretty good about Aries, and now we have to talk about fixed fire. Fixed fire, like I mentioned, is the fire that illuminates life in our particular solar system. You have Aries, which defines the our galaxy, right? Which is the Milky Way. That's what we're in. We're not in any other galaxy but the Milky Way. And that's Aries, the expansive Milky Way. There are trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of stars. Trillions in our Milky Way galaxy. Okay? Trillions of suns. That's Aries. He's just constantly pouring out his semen, impregnating the universe. That's the power of Aries. But now we need to take some of that fire, some of that cosmic, and bring it down and make it centralized. A central sun, a burning star that is fixed in the heavens, that is completely life-giving, life force. That is Leo. Without it, there is no life. There is no solar system. There's no us. So, hard B, you make you feel so weak. Okay, I digress for a minute. But the heart, the center of our solar system, the life force that governs us, our current life wave. Understand how powerful that is. But bringing it to the psychology of Leo, what does that mean? What does that mean? Aries is a man like any other man. He can be conquered. Just conquer his heart. No different than a Leo man. No different than a Sagittarian. They're all fire signs, but there is an approach to it. That's all. There's an approach to it. And once you understand that approach, you can get yourself a Leo man. Now, just like I gave you one word, one term that defines Aries, the baby. Well, for Leo, we also have a term that defines all 4 types and the 12 subtypes that exist. Okay? That one word. And that one word you probably already know, but even if you don't, here it is. It is the stage. The stage. If you want to understand Leo and you want to understand the psychology of Leo, you need to understand that in order to understand his psychology, his psychological nature, you got to associate it with a word that will kind of give you a heads up as to what to expect from him and also how to manage him, how to deal with him. And that one word, that one word is the stage. The Leo man has to have an audience. I could stop right now. And call it a day. Just by giving you that word. Let it sink in. Because with the Leo man, it is all a performance. It is all a performance. Understand that Leo rules the theater, right? It rules the theater, the stage. So the Leo man, it's rather narcissistic. Leo is the sign of the narcissist. Oh yeah. Aries is a narcissist, but he's unaware. He's unaware. But Leo is aware. And he doesn't give a fuck. Like our sun, it just is. There's no way that we can compromise the sun. Our largest nuclear weapons, which bombed Hiroshima in World War II, send that bitch out into the sun. You think it's gonna get far? Man, ain't nothing can destroy that sun but God himself. There are no human-made bombs, missiles that we can launch to the sun to smite it. It'll melt and blow up before it gets even within miles, and it takes billions of miles to get there. So understand how invincible, invulnerable the sun is. And it has to be that way. Or any meteor or any stuff from the sky that hits the planets like Jupiter and the moon, you know, they got all kinds of craters. It does nothing for the sun. That meteor, I don't care how big it is, it'll be scorched by the time it gets by the atmosphere of the sun. Understand how strong that sun is. It has to be strong, or the other 7 planets in our solar system will not exist. That says a lot about the Leo man's strength, his pride, his knowledge that he knows that he is the one. He's the man. He believes this about himself. And nothing you can do or say differently that will make him think otherwise. You have to think of the lion. You have to think of the lion. The pride. If you've ever studied it, you're going to know right away that the lion, the male lion, doesn't do the hunting. He doesn't do the hunting. He doesn't do the killing. The female lions run out to the fields of the African tundra. And they're the ones that hunt. And when they kill, they bring the kill back to the pride. All you gotta do is Google National Geographic, and there are tons of videos that will show this to you. This ain't bullshit. This is real zoology. Once the female lions bring the kill to the pride, all of a sudden, the male lion, the fluffy, you know, the king, comes down from the valley. And he's warring. Rah! He's warring. And the female lions scatter. They scat. Oh, you gotta see it. I've seen many videos on anthropology and zoology and, you know, National Geographic. Fantastic stuff. If you sit yourself down, you ladies that are interested in the Leo man, and watch them videos from National Geographic about the nature of the lion, you will learn a lot about your Leo man. Once that lion comes down the valley and he roars, The birds fly all over the place, away. You know, the king of the jungle. That it's fierce to see that. It's also very beautiful. It's also very beautiful. There's something beautiful about it. It's nature. It's beautiful. And the men eat first. Second are the cubs. The cubs eat second. And then last, but not least, are the female lions that went out to bring the kill in the first place. Get the fuck out of here. Bitch, when till I eat? Now, and when they eat, when they're the last to eat, there's no meat left. So they're usually eating the bones and the carcasses and the leftovers. So they don't really get a good meal. The man, the Lion King, gets to eat first. Then the cubs, then the female lions that are in the pride. Then the ones that brought the kill eat last. Ain't that some fucked up shit? So understand the arrogance and the narcissism just dealing with the animal of the lion. Its behavior, you know, they've done all kinds of studies on the lions because it's fascinating, like elephants, fascinating to study. But the Leo mind, the Leo psychology is very much like that. Oh yes. So now, having discussed that as a prelude, we're gonna jump right in, and we're gonna talk about the specifics of the Leo man. He's arrogantly sexy, confident, gorgeously charming. And even if he doesn't show these traits, he believes he possesses these traits. He believes in them. He is literally the sun on earth. He sings with nature. The beauty of nature becomes his audience. He is full of warmth and possesses a bubbly fizz about him. You know, every time when you see a Leo man, you know it. Because there's something fizzy, there's something so cute about him. So fuzzy, so cuddly, you want to eat him up. Literally. You know, and it don't matter how old they are either. He's got this baby. If Aries is the baby, then Leo is the boy or the adolescent. And it's charming, it's adorable, you know, but he's always looking for an audience. He's always looking for an audience, both literally or psychologically. Okay, he will create drama just to attract an audience, and this is what makes him very dangerous, though. Unlike Mr. Virgo and Mr. Aquarius, whom themselves are quite shy and kind of timid and standoffish, but Mr. Leo will go full throttle in any courtship relationship. You know, he'll be the guy standing with Virgo and Mr. Aquarius, you know, and Virgo and Mr. Aquarius, you know, we've all been through this in high school. They bring the pretty boy, the good-looking boy, or the one that shows confidence, and then make him be the front, so that the other guys that are, you know, less exuberant or kind of shy can kind of ease their way into the girls that are on the other side of the table. Remember that? He's the Leo. He's that kind of guy. And Mr. Libra too. You know, they're considered the pretty boys. So they bring them up front so that they can be the face of the other boys who are not as confident, so they can bring them in. You know? Oh yeah. Let me tell you. If you are a Leo and you were born in July, he's actually more reserved in public, but wild and playful in private. If he's an August Virgo, a Leo, he may be flamboyant, you know, kind of be very fashion conscious. He'll wear the best clothes, the best shoes, the best accessories, and will probably dress quite dapper. Quite dapper. Do you remember, you probably not, if you're of my generation, you remember Felix Unger and Oscar Madison in The Odd Couple, the original by Neil Simon that came out in the 70s. Google The Odd Couple and watch an episode or so. Felix Unger, right, played by Tony Randall, was the typical Leo, always dressed really dapper, very, exuberant. The actual actor had Jupiter in Leo. He was exuberant, and who else is like that? Who else like that we can say in today's millennial age that you can identify with? That would be those guys that wear those cute tight pants with the shoes without socks, and they have a matching suit. It's like a suit, with a nice belt, like the Chelsea boys in New York City. And they wear a bow tie and with the glasses, you see them in Brooklyn too. It's like the new eclectic look for the millennials. That's the Leo type, the Leo look. Or with the shorts, and the nice colored shirts, with the little bow tie, or the nice fedoras. That's all the Leo look. And these young millennials probably don't realize that when we were their ages, that was the trend of the day back in the 80s, which was a Leo generation. And now that I'm almost 50 and I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, I remember when I was in my 20s and I dressed like that. And I was very dapper, and and the world was there to be conquered. Oh God, please don't. It's gonna make me teary-eyed because them days are gone. But it's nice to reflect, and when they become our age, they're gonna see that those are the dog days of summer. When it was okay to be young and foolish. Foolish in love. Kind of like that Shakespeare stuff that you see, again, if you remember Shakespeare, like all I do about nothing. I think it's one or Midsummer Night's Dream. It was just romantic. Or Romeo and Juliet, or Othello, William Shakespeare's Othello. All of these are very Leo tragic plays and dramas. Sophocles and Socrates. Leo is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It is the fixed fire that allows the trees and flowers to blossom, that parts the east winds and allow that nice breeze to come and brush your hair on the side as you're sitting by the meadow. It is the beauty of earth and its splendor. That's Leo. And the men carry that within them. They feel this within them, that they are a part of nature and that they are therefore worthy to be worshipped, to be adored. Yeah, I know. That was quite a bit. That was quite a bit. Yeah. Now, both the flamboyant and the quiet one. Both may appear quietly reserved, but if you say the wrong thing or do something which rubs them the wrong way, the sweet, meek, and teddy bear-like Leo will show his fans and remind you that he is the king of the jungle and that he's a man-eater, because the lion is a man-eater. You cannot get it twisted and forget that this man can, like the lion, can be very dangerous. Having myself a white Russian. I don't know if you young millennials know what a white Russian is. It's a little vodka with a little Kahlua and milk. A nice drink to have in the early day. The rough, hot, tough stuff can come in the evening, mid-evening, happy hour. Don't think that because you are a woman that you could rule him. He will not be ruled by no woman. To get a Leo man as a woman, you don't have to go through too many tactics and jump through hoops. He is easily seduced and can easily take. Well, he is easily seduced and you can take him to bed faster than any other man in the zodiac. Okay? Like Aries, he's a sucker for romance, glitz, glamour. Listen, there's always room for romance. With the Leo man, there's always room for romance. It's true. If you want to catch him, flirt with him and stroke his ego. He loves that. If you want to keep him though, shower him with gifts, jewelry, make him feel special. Leo men love it when their women spend money on them. Oh my God. You want to see a kitten? You want to see a cute kitten, pussycat? Buy him nice shirts, nice colored shirts. Buy him nice cufflinks. Shower him with gifts. Oh my God. You will see for the first time a man blush. He will, Mr. Libra too. These pretty boys will blush. They'll blush. Utterly. It appeals to their inner feminine. And that's a beautiful thing when a man acknowledges his inner feminine. That's what makes a woman want to be with him. Because a man has to be three-dimensional. He cannot be all man and macho where he pushes the female within him off. That will never attract a woman to him. He needs to be balanced. I hope these millennials can be, well, I think that they are far more comfortable with their inner feminine than us folks in my generation and older. I love the millennials for that. They embrace their threefold spirit, which includes the masculine and the feminine within them. And that's a beautiful thing. That's something that in my generation was not accomplished. And I'm very, very happy that in my generation, we are the generation that's going to die and take that with us. So with that single-mindedness and rigidity of how to be and not to be, that's something that's going to die in my generation. I am very thankful that the millennials are not subscribing to that shit. I love the fact that they're so open and giving and free and embracing and accepting. Because that's exactly how the world needs to be today. We are entering the Aquarian age. It's a different world today. And it will be so tomorrow. And if we don't step up to the plate to usher that new thinking, that new ideology that will lead to a more harmonious, tolerant way of living with each other, then we've got to go. We've got to go. So again, you have to make him feel special if you want to attract this type of man, the Leo man. Now, when he is courting you, he will spare no expenses on you. There's nothing cheap about this man. It's part of his self-esteem and his self-worth. And kind of like he wants to offer you the best of himself to you, and it would just kill him if he feels that he cannot offer you the best. And because he, like Mr. Scorpio, they want to be the ones to offer you everything that you want, even if you're capable of getting it yourself. They want to be the one to be the providers of the major. Otherwise, they're not really going to be concerned with you. They want to be the man and they want to be the ones to control the relationship. Going back to the analogy of the sun. The Leo man, and this goes for all of them, the 4 majors and the 12 subtypes. There's something about the Leo man that really disturbs people and makes them kind of feel very unsettled. And that's that the Leo man is quiet. The Leo man can be in the house and not utter a word to you. Just be there. Just sit there. Again, like the lion in the jungle of the tundra. He's sitting on top of the valley looking at the prey below. And he can do that all day. He'll sleep all day, eat all day, fart. And that'll be his routine. He won't do nothing unless another lion comes into the pride. Well, then he has to go in and then fight and claim his kingdom. You know what I mean? Or if they're mating and he has to go through another alpha male or an opponent male, then yes, that's when you see the lion go into action. But other than that, he is 90% of the time calm, placid, and peaceful.